I'm just going to say this right off the bat so there's no confusion. This is not a review of the beta yet, nor am I going to give any opinions or thoughts on the beta. The shit just released, so it's way too early to make any assessments about how the game will play or how functional the beta actually is. That will come down the road once I've had enough time to play the game and see how much I like this joint. Although I can say, I already like this joint. Now, the video is merely about the hype and anticipation of Destiny and some clan info for people who want to join up with me when the shit actually releases. Because I would have to say, the anticipation for this game is about as high as a YouTube order waiting for me to tell him to go fuck himself. So before I get into talking about the game itself for a second, I just want to let people know that we have a clan set up for Destiny called PrestigeGamerz or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the benefits of a clan are as of yet, other than there are a few trophies and achievements related to being in a clan. So everyone is more than welcome to join up with the clan. The link is in the description to the Destiny clan over at Bungie.net, so y'all can go join up with that anytime. And I also highly suggest for anyone who does join to take the teabagging avatar for your name, because that shit is a dose of instant awesome. We'll have a whole clan of just everyone doing the teabag from Halo and shit like that. Now, I know there are some challenges in the game that are to complete a strike or a raid with only your clan members and whatnot, and I assume there are going to be some goodies for PvP modes where you play against other people or whatever. I'll say this, since Destiny allows for 3-man fire teams and 6-man fire teams in raids and whatnot, chances are the people that are on my friends list and those in the clan will have a better chance of joining me during those missions. Now, I want to make this very clear because kids tend not to listen when I mention shit about joining me up for parties. When I party with people, it's usually with people that I know or people that I chat with on a daily basis on the PrestigeGamerz website. Obviously, people like Hatred, Bike Crazy, Mr. Sulu, and others, they've been on my friends list for close to 7 years now. I have personal friends like Going Postal, who you guys will see troll me in videos every now and then, who'll be in my parties. And then there are people who have joined PrestigeGamerz over the years that I will get into games with. Smelly Undies, Grim Reaper, Tree Hugger, just to name a few. People that you see in Hipfire commentary videos, people who are active on the website. They have a better chance of partying up with me because usually we like to talk about the games on the website, whether it's strategy, whether it's setting up a time when we'll all be online, or setting up a time for a game, or just bragging about the shit we did or we didn't do the prior night. You know, we say like, oh, I got 80 kills last night. Motherfucker, you got 5. And I had to revive your ass 10 times. So anyway, your best chance of getting into parties with me isn't just being on my friends list, isn't just showing up to PrestigeGamerz one time to make a name or joining up with a clan. The people that I chat with on a daily basis, those are the people I choose to party up with first. If I see 15 people online all playing Destiny and I need a 6-man team to complete a raid or whatever the fuck, chances are the 5 people that I choose will be the 5 that I spend the most time communicating with. So, if you want to get into the parties with us, if you want to complete some of those clan challenges for trophies and shit, whatever the fuck they have, your best way of doing it will be to come over to the PrestigeGamerz website and become a regular poster. Now, by regular poster, I don't mean a spammer. I don't mean someone who revives the shit out of dead threads. I mean someone who's going to come and chat with us every day and talk about Destiny, from the shit that we did to the shit that we plan on doing. You know, part of our daily discussions are missions that we're going to complete or whatever, or tricks that we learned in the game, or times that we're going to be online to party up, or weapons that are working out for us pretty well, you know, the overpowered shit before they fucking nerf it. So not only do you get to be part of a group of people who like to party up, but we also share the knowledge that we learn in the game with each other. So this becomes a bigger community thing, more than just, hey, I want to get into J Loco's parties. No, we have other people on the website who are just as down to get in some parties. So even if you can't get into a party with me, hey, there may be 3 or 4 other people who are in the clan, who are on the website, who are all relaxed and laid back gamers who just want to get in some games. You could get some games in with those guys. Being part of the website is more than just hanging out with me. Being part of the website is actually being part of a group and a community of people who want to play with each other. So, as for the game itself, I don't think it's any stretch to say that this game is highly anticipated on consoles, and one day I do believe it's going to make its way to PC, since the architecture of this game is straight up out of a PC MMO game. But in any event, along with Titanfall, I would say Destiny would qualify as the 2 biggest anticipated games of the year, and in particular on the newest console, since these are the 2 games that are supposed to take full advantage of the power of the next-gen consoles. Obviously, Titanfall isn't on Sony machines, but that doesn't lessen the fact that it was a ridiculously hyped and anticipated game, which leads me to the biggest problem this game is going to have: living up to the hype. Now, I'm not gonna lie about this. I'm as giddy as a pig wallowing in his own shit about this game. You know, ever since I saw the trailer the storyline, and the fake E3 demo 2 years ago with those two assholes doing the horrible acting job with some pre-recorded footage. I was all in for this motherfucker. Now, on a side note, can I just tell you how fucking awful these demos are nowadays at these conferences? I mean, really? I mean, every one of these studios puts together pre-rendered footage, pre-recorded gameplay, and of course tons of cutscenes and cinematics that look good on the big screen, yet do absolutely nothing to prove how good the game is. Case in point, the first Destiny demo on PlayStation 4 with those two idiots playing the actual game on stage. Bullshit. It was all recorded earlier. That entire gameplay was either pre-rendered or pre-recorded, and they were acting on stage and forgetting their fucking rehearsed lines. How do you forget your rehearsed lines, motherfucker? Or Watch Dogs, which showcased 10 minutes of actual gameplay. Bullshit. That was 10 minutes of pre-rendered crap that wasn't even live gameplay. Or the best one, this bit of failure of Xbox Connect, showing how accurate the sensors pick up someone's movement. So accurate that it can predict someone's movements before they even happen. Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit, man. These conferences are a bunch of fucking con artists trying to sell ice to an Eskimo. The only shit they need is a quick announcement that the game is coming. Show a little pre-rendered footage, a cutscene, whatever, move on. Nothing else is needed, not even a tech demo. But cut the bullshit out already. Just give us the basic info and move the fuck on. Now that I got all that shit on my system, time to get back on point to this video. Now, I've been anticipating this game ever since it was announced, and the most ironic thing about how excited I am for this game is that I'm setting myself up for failure if this shit goes sideways. Now, think about this for a second. For the past, what, 2, 3, 4 years, I've been making videos about what's wrong with Call of Duty. Part of that is the developers rushing to put out garbage. The other part is the expectations us gamers are putting on a game. Now, I've been saying this for a while now, but if you set your expectations too high and a game comes under those expectations, you're going to be disappointed. And it's not necessarily the developer's fault if a game comes under your expectations. It's partly your fault for setting any expectations to begin with, whether it was realistic or unrealistic. You can't blame the developer for putting out an average game or even an above average game or a good game if you set the bar at greatest game ever. In part, that's probably why people rag on Ghost so often, because the game is average, but people expected more. People seem to expect each game to be the next best thing since Brazilian waxing on porn stars, only for a game to be released and be disappointed. So I'm trying to find a balance of excitement and expectation. You know, the last thing I want is to set an expectation for a game only for it to come up short. I mean, put it this way. I'm buying a PlayStation 4 mainly to play this game. Sure, I could play Destiny on my PlayStation 3. As a matter of fact, I'm playing the beta on PlayStation 3. But I would prefer to buy a new console when a situation warrants it, or when a new game comes out that I want to play. Destiny is a game I want to play on PlayStation 4. You know, I could probably hold off on buying a PlayStation 4, but this is a game worthy of buying a new console for, and I'm going to be joining all my friends on the next gen console just to play this game. You know, with the number of years that this game has been in development and the fact that Bungie's pulling all their Halo experience into this game, there's a good chance this will be one awesome game. You know, hopefully it's going to be an amazing game. It's not hard to look at this game and compare it to some other space adventure games out there, you know, like Halo, Mass Effect, combine that with some MMO style games. It has a lot in common with those games on the surface, so hopefully it can follow the success of those games to make some entertaining shit. You know, fucking Activision is even spending money on this game. And we know how cheap these con pickers are. They wouldn't spend a dime on Call of Duty to upgrade their servers for fucking years while making billions of dollars. Yet, this game is going to potentially cost over $500 million to make when you throw in the mass marketing and life cycle support this game will actually have. Now think about this for a second. Grand Theft Auto 5 was the most expensive game in history to make and market, and that cost about $265 million, and it's probably going to eventually cost $300 million when you consider it is coming to the next-gen consoles. Destiny is coming in at $200 million more than this game. Although I do believe that $500 million number is actually the price of Destiny over the 10-year cycle, because the development team's already said it doesn't cost $500 million. But either way, $500 million is a shitload of money. Destiny is going to cost more than the best-selling game of the last console generation. And keep in mind, Destiny's not coming to PC, so they're losing out on another platform that they could potentially be on. Well, if you want to include the Wii U too. Oh, that damn Wii U up in this motherfucker. But anyway, I do have to say, please, Bungie, for the love of all that's good and holy, don't fuck up the launch of the game the way Grand Theft Auto 5 did. I mean, so far you're doing everything they refuse to do. You have a beta months ahead of time. You're already massively testing this game out online to make sure it works. You know, Grand Theft Auto had the same ambitious take on the video games that you do. Rockstar likes to be secretive with their shit like you've been doing for months. But I really hope you don't fuck up where they fucked up. You know, make sure your online shit can support those 14 million copies of the games you anticipate selling. I don't want to have to tear you guys a new asshole when your game releases. However, I have no problem doing it. So if you do fuck up your launch of the game, I'm warning you right now, I will tear you guys a new asshole. Almost everything Grand Theft Auto did wrong, you guys are doing right. You rolled out the alpha, you rolled out a beta, and you've been massively testing the online portions of the game to make sure that it actually works. Rockstar refused to do that, and we all saw how the launch of that game went. Now, think about this for a second. For Destiny to break even, I'm not even talking about profit, I'm talking about just breaking even, they will need to sell about 14 million copies of the game. Keep in mind that when a store sells you a game at $60 a piece, not all that $60 goes to the developer. No. They got to split that shit towards the retailer, towards the supplier. So you people doing the math at home, you multiply $60 per game, and you see 8 million games and be needed to sell 500 million. It doesn't work like that. Not all of that is Bungie and Activision's cut. No. 14 million is the estimated number of sales this game will need to hit in order just to break even. There is a huge reason why Activision is hyping up this game. There is a reason Sony's excited for this game because they paid for exclusive content from day one along with some time exclusive content up in this bitch. Hype is what sells games. Although the alpha and now the beta are going to do their job in marketing this game to people the way they wanted it to. I mean, just look at me for example. I don't get too excited about games, and usually I have a wait and see approach to most games, but I have set my expectations high for this game, seeing that I am willing to buy a brand new console just for this game. I'm hoping it delivers. You know, unlike a Call of Duty game, which you know is rushed out each and every year, unlike EA Sports that get just copies and pastes each fucking sports game, this is ground up development. It's like buying a new car and having that new car smell. You love that new car smell because it's something new and refreshing. You don't want to get a new car where the seat probably smells like ass from someone farting in it for the past 5 years or so. Call of Duty is that fart smelling seat. Battlefield is that fart smelling seat. Destiny is the new car with new seats that none of them smell like ass. You can't help but be excited for this game. It doesn't smell like ass. So in the meantime, as this beta progresses, this is where you will find me. And of course, after getting a feel for the game and playing it long enough, I'll have some feedback and some commentaries up in this motherfucker. You know, I'm not like one of those asshole channels who'll rush out a video and give their review after playing 2 fucking hours of that shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. When I play this shit for a while, I get the feel of the game, I can give you an honest opinion. That's when I'll post shit up. I don't post something up within an hour to tell you, oh, this is how I feel about the game, and this is why, shut the fuck up and blow it out your asshole sideways, motherfucker, man. At best, I'm hoping this game reaches the level of the Mass Effect 3 beta and possibly even surpasses that. The Mass Effect 3 beta was a pleasant surprise 2 years ago as BioWare's first online game for the Mass Effect series, and they managed to produce some amazingly entertaining shit for that game. In a worst case scenario, this game is going to be an online clusterfuck requiring multiple patches to fix shit, but the good thing is we're actually having a real beta to test that shit out ahead of time. You can't say that about Call of Duty, can't even say that about Battlefield 4, especially when they give you their fake demos that are basically just server stress tests, although it does seem like EA is finally learning their lesson with Hardline getting a beta ahead of time. But in any event, I think Bungie will come through this game. I damn sure hope they blow me away with this motherfucker, and I hope to all hell that the $60 that I spent on this game and the $400 that I spent on my brand new console do not come back to bite me in the ass. Because if it does, if I get bit in the ass, Bungie, that's your ass, bitch. Anyways, that does it for this game. As I continue to play this motherfucker, I'm eventually going to get some footage and post some more stuff up online. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. And I'll see you guys in the next video.